everyone. I'm Vidita and I welcome you to today's episode of Navrachana's first of its kind podcast. A podcast for students by the students, titled Ideas to Innovate. We have two very special guests with us today, Aranjoy Sengupta and Diksha Lal. With Aranjoy being Vice Cultural President in 11th and School President in 12th, and Diksha being House Prefect, they've held important positions in the Student Council. With Aranjoy being a school's TED Club student mentor and editing the school magazine, and Diksha being in NCC and participating in street plays, they've dabbled in nearly everything. From organizing events like TEDx, Navrachana's G20 meet, the annual concert, the valedictory, inter-house competitions, and most recently Navfest, they've been at the helm to steer studentships through these event explorations. I'm thrilled to delve into their journey today. Let's get started. To start us off, tell us a little bit about how you embarked on this journey.
Honestly, I wouldn't be sitting here unless I hadn't pushed myself beyond my comfort zone. Initially, I was extremely apprehensive about taking part in events, and taking on leadership felt intimidating. But I started off small, taking part in certain events using my creative writing skills and using music as a platform to reach a wider audience. And over time, I definitely broadened my horizon, taking a larger role in event organization. Then I decided to go for the council interviews, and safe to say, the trajectory changed right there.
What about you, Diksha?
Being a part of NCC definitely played a huge role in shaping my confidence. It allowed me to explore myself, and then I decided to participate in theatre events. And thereafter too, I decided to go for the council, and as Aranjoy highlighted, it was a turning point.
Both of you mentioned being the council as a turning point in your trajectory. So can you tell me about how the council experiences shaped you?
Being a part of the council definitely opened up doors for numerous events. However, it taught us the significance of two most important skills, teamwork and adaptability. Initially, all the events that I participated in required brainstorming from my side. Then it integrated into ideations from others as well, opening up space for adaptability. Working with different ideologies, different individuals is difficult and can lead to clashes. However, learning how to overcome them becomes a crucial skill. These were the foundation stones that helped us to organize subsequent events.
So, other than such clashes, what difficulties did you face when organizing events? And how did you overcome those difficulties?
I think it's basic human tendency to prioritize one's ideas over other people. And as ashamed as we are, we admit to have done it a few times. But we had immensely supportive teachers and seniors who taught us to stay grounded and ensure fair representation of all ideas throughout. Moreover, while ideating for certain events, we used to fall in a dilemma, and at times we had to get rid of our most creative ideas, at times of course, which hurt. But it was important for us to learn the balance between creativity and feasibility.
You mentioned balance in your answer. So tell me about how you found the balance between all these extracurriculars and your academics.
Some days it was more about pushing ourselves despite having an exhausting day. However, I learned to go with the flow, but time also taught me to be an organized individual and the skill of time management. It helped me to stay on track with my academics, extracurriculars, and self-interests.
What about you, Aranjoy?
After a certain point of time, I think it becomes all about perseverance and how much you're willing to put in for an event. Added to this, we had the expectations and the pressures of reaching the bar of the standards that we had set for previous events, for which we were ready to give our blood, sweat, and tears and achieve the best.
If there was a certain amount of pressure, like you mentioned, then that brings up the question that why participate in activities outside the classroom? Why even do all of this?
Navrachana gave us a huge array of opportunities, which were honestly too good to miss. They immensely catered and honed our interests and talents. And on a lighter note, they were a good break. You know how the saying goes, have a break, have a Kit Kat?
Okay, so what advice would you like to give to students who are going to take up the organizing mantle in future? Aside from having Kit Kats, that is.
Aside from munching on chocolates, my advice would be to not take the burden of the workload all at once. It comes from experience. And learning to be an organized individual, it helps you to keep a track of what is ahead and how you are going to go with it. Most importantly, learning to have fun with the process.
And what about you, Aranjoy?
I would definitely suggest to think out of the box. It's good to be different and rather than tread on the same path everyone does. Be weird, be unique, be intriguing. But most importantly, know when and how to give your best. Because even on days you don't feel like yourself, just know that there's someone out there who really appreciates all your hard work. So let your passion do the magic, and the remnants of your effort will fall into place.
With that inspiring piece of advice, we come to the end of the long answer segment of our conversation. Now, it's time for us to play a light-hearted game. Who's more likely to? What we are going to be doing is I give them a statement and they decide which one of them fits the scenario the best. Are you ready? Okay, first one. Who's more likely to come up with the craziest ideas?
Enjoy.
That's probably me.
I sense a history of crazy ideas there. Okay, moving on to the next one. Who's more likely to burst out into laughter at a serious moment?
You have your answer, ladies and gentlemen.
As quite evident, it's Diksha. Okay, who's more likely to go off on a rant absolutely randomly?
Enjoy. If I had 4 boards right now, all of them would point to Enjoy.
Be prepared, Diksha. You never know when a rant is coming your way. Okay, who's more likely to lose something important?
Diksha.
Please, I keep it in a special place and you don't need to know where it is. Even I don't know, but we will figure that out.
I think I have some of my things also stashed in that special place. So let me know when you find it.
Definitely.
Moving on, who's more likely to have the neatest notebooks ever?
Enjoy, yeah.
I see who's the neat freak here. Okay. Who's more likely to win a dance competition?
Dance competition?
I think you're asking the wrong set of individuals here.
Yeah.
It seems all of us here have 2 left feet. Who's more likely to, this is the last one of the set, who's more likely to have a song to correlate to every conversation?
Enjoy.
That's probably me.
I bet he has a song just for this moment.
I actually do. Whoa, I just wanna feel this moment.
That was an absolute blast. Before we end the podcast, one last question from my side. Did you ever imagine that you'd be invited to a podcast and answering questions like this?
Not really.
Well, except for when I'm practicing random interviews in front of my mirror.
No, but definitely it was a great opportunity. We are very grateful to the institution and Navrachana. And getting a call from Sapna ma'am was really intriguing.
And it was a very heartfelt closure to our school life. So we're really thankful for that. And this one for the audience. तू खुद की खोज में निकल, तू किस लिए हताश है?
तू चल, तेरे वजूद की समय को भी तलाश है, समय को भी तलाश है.
Wow, what a quote. Thank you so much for sharing your event explorations and for being such wonderful guests. You're truly inspirations, and I'm sure that our listeners will walk away with new insights. I wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you,
so
Vidita.
much.
To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Vidita signing off. You won't want to miss it, so stay tuned.
So Vidita, did you ever imagine you would be sitting here and answering questions?
No, because I haven't.